The book of Genesis 19, verse 17, it says, as they brought them out, one said, escape for your life. Do not look back or stop anywhere in the valley. Escape to the hills, lest you be swept away. And if we go to verse 26, it says, but Lot's wife behind him looked back, and she became a pillar of salt. Don't look back. That situation that God took you out, it's not worth it. He knows why he took you back. He knows why he took you out from that situation. Sometimes we don't see why God, we see, but because that is not how we expect God to answer us. And we feel like, no, this is not the right answer. But while he knows, and when he takes you out from that situation, from that abusive relationship, from that abusive marriage, from that abusive work environment, from that abusive boss, from that abusive, church, or from that abusive friend, from that abusive, relationship, you can name it, what God is talking to you about, and he says, come out, and you don't want to listen to him. Sometimes it's not worth it. Let me just speak to you. As I just read Genesis 19 for you, remember what happened to Lot's wife when she looked back after God had clearly gave the instructions to say, don't look back. Don't even, run for your life, escape. And Lot's wife decided to look back, and she became what? A pillar of salt. Sometimes we tend to blame God when what we want is not happening, or how we want him to answer us. We tend to blame God and look back. And while he gave us a clear instruction to say, do not look back, run for your life, escape for your life, do not look back. And we find Jesus saying, no one who looks back is fit for the kingdom. Because looking back, it means you don't trust God. Because you don't trust God because what? You don't see him responding how you want him to respond. But one, he will respond to you if you trust him. But if you do not trust him, you become like Lot's wife. You look back because what? Let me tell you something, what the devil does. When God said, get out of that country, get out of that work, get out of that relationship, that marriage, it's not okay. He's actually protecting you. But what the devil does, he comes and edits a memory. That's what he does. Very good. Satan will edit the memory. He will remove all the bad things and everything, cancel them, and now give you all the good memories. That one, we know why God gave them the instruction to say, run for your life, because he was about to burn Sodom and Gomorrah, and Lot's and the wife knew that though the garden of Sodom and Gomorrah, it was God's garden, very beautiful, but what it was containing, it was not Korenesa representing what God, when God created this, because it was carrying a great sin, but what the devil will do, he will edit that part. He will edit the part of where, when you said enough is enough in that marriage, where you said enough is enough in that relationship, where you said enough is enough in that work, where you said enough is enough with the abuse. But when you are still holding back, the devil will come and edit the bad memory, the bad thing that when you said no, he will edit them and just leave the good part, and then put the good part. And when he put the good part, you start looking back, because now you start feeling like, no, there at least I was living my life. There at least I would wake up and go shopping. There at least I would receive a salary month. And remember the book of Numbers 11 verse 15, the children of Israel remember the meat to Egypt, but they forgot the whip. They forgot how the Egyptian treated them, because the devil edited that part of the whips, and he put the part where they remember them. I mean, where they remember the meat, they remember how they used to eat. But they're the one that cried to God and say, enough is enough of this. God must do something. And when God did something, they still looked back, remembering that. So even you, I advise today that when God takes you out of the situation, when God takes you out of that marriage, when God takes you out of that abusive boss, abusive whatever, do not look back. Do not become like Lot's wife. Stop fantasizing of dilo tsa ko morago and look where God is taking you. Forget about dilo tsa ko morago. Do yourself a favor and forget and trust where God is taking you. And let me tell you something. If you look the cost of looking back sometimes, hore, in life, you will see that it's not worth it of you going back. Like Luke's wife looked back and she turned into the pillar of salt. That is why Paul said in Philippians 3 verse 13, said, forget what lies behind. He advised us to say, forget the nice life, forget the luxury, forget. They are not worth it. They are not worth it. Look at what God is doing, the new thing that God is doing. Because looking back, you will be like Lot's wife and you will turn into a pillar of salt. Remember Isaiah 43 verse 18 to 19. It says, remember not the former things. Behold, I do new things. Give God to do new things. Don't look back. If he gave you a clear instructions to say, don't look back, don't go back to the situation, don't go back to the marriage, don't go back to that abusive boss, don't go back to that abusive friendship, don't go back to that abusive family members. Do not go back, because you will be like Lot's wife. You will turn into a pillar of salt. And there we cannot blame God. No, because he gave you a clear instructions. Don't tell God what you want. Instead, always pray that God align me with your will. Let your will be done on earth as it is in heaven. So I pray that today, if God has taken you out from that marriage, God has taken you out from that relationship, God has taken you out from that work, God has taken you out, he knows he's protecting you. He's protecting your peace, and you allow him to do a new thing in your life. Never look back, because looking back, you will be like Lot's wife who became a pillar of salt. Say with me, I will never look back. If I make a decision, if God says I must get out of that marriage, God says I must get out of that abusive relationship, if God says I must get out of whatever that environment, the situation, I am definitely doing that. I trust God that he will do a new thing in me, and God is going to do it. Trust him. Give him your heart. Let him lead you. Let him direct you. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. So let him be the truth in your life. Let him be the way in your life, and let him be your light, and he will be. I love you all. Bye.